everybody, I have an exciting announcement. My new album, Just My Guitars Volume 2, is now available for download. I cover old and newer rock songs using only guitars and only the guitars I own. You can download individual songs or the whole album from Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, and a few others that I can't think of at the moment. Links to those are in the description, so go check it out. And most of all, enjoy. This album has even more than Volume 1, so feel free to check them both out. And now, on to the video. Hi, I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac. On September 14th, 1967, all of us teenage Adamaniacs sat down in front of the TV and tuned in to see the new season and the new character.
Every day in Gotham City brings new surprises, but this day is going to top them all. Although it begins none too differently, just wait. Just wait.
It was like hearing the voice of an old friend after a long hiatus. We couldn't wait to start the action.
Well, we've managed to clip Catwoman's claws once again. She won't be troubling Gotham City for a long while.
She sure led us a chase, Batman. If I never hear another one of those meows, it'll be too soon.
Okay, we missed the Catwoman action, but something new is going to start any minute now.
I'm afraid your eardrums aren't going to get much of a rest. Or had you forgotten that Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson invited Chief O'Hara and Commissioner Gordon to the opera tonight?
He admits listening to opera is going to be painful to Dick's ears.
Maybe I should stay home tonight. Homework, you know.
I think you should acquire a taste for opera, Robin, as one does for poetry and olives.
If it's done right, poetry won't hurt his eardrums. And if olives are hurting your eardrums, you're doing something wrong.
Besides, Commissioner Gordon is bringing his daughter Barbara along as my date.
So?
Good question. What that has to do with Dick going along, we never find out. Batman says you're going, and that's that, and hits the steam lift button. Yep, the action's going to start any second now. The lady herself works at the library, and her shift is just ending. She's ready to go home and prepare for her date with Bruce, or Dick, or whichever one is closer to her age. She heads to her apartment building and into the elevator, where the narrator already told us danger is waiting. Thanks for the spoiler.
Welcome to the cage, my wild dog.
Penguin!
Tasty little squab she is, too. Trust Penguin to have a surefire recipe for pigeon pie.
3 steps directly forward takes her out of reach of his umbrellas. That means he has to come down and get her. Since we already know she's Batgirl, when he does come down, she can kick the snot out of him and claim she took a self-defense course. Problem solved. But then we don't have an episode. Nice little bit of fan service for the adolescent boys there. That takes us into the opening theme. Why isn't Batgirl in on the handshake? She appears and disappears until the very end of the theme where we're told Yvonne Craig plays her. It's pretty clear that she's not destined to be an equal character. What's her role going to be? Gordon and O'Hara arrive at Barbara's to pick her up, but she's not answering the door, and there are indications she hasn't been home. Fortunately, Daddy knows where she hides a key.
I don't understand it. Where can she be?
You'd be very surprised to find out, Commissioner. For your daughter is only 20 feet away from you, in the very next apartment.
She's tied up and gagged, of course. Penguin is watching her apartment, and when he sees Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson go in, it's time for the next step.
Hello. Hello, Commissioner. This Mr. Gordon? Guess who this is?
Penguin. It's Penguin.
Why, I haven't talked to you in ages. How are you, old boy? What's with the tone of voice? Why would Penguin be calling Barbara's phone? He tells them he has Barbara. Bruce takes the phone.
Penguin, I'll pay whatever price you ask, as long as you do not harm Barbara Gordon.
Armor. I'm gonna make her the happiest girl in Gotham City. And you might take a look at this evening's Gotham City Times.
The Gotham City Times?
That's right, the society section.
There's a notice announcing Barbara's engagement to marry Penguin. It's time to head back to the office and call Batman. That means no opera tonight. Dick Grayson's celebratory shriek could be heard all over the city. In the other apartment, Penguin is telling Barbara, either you marry me or I implement Plan B, which is... She agrees to marry him. He locks her in the next room and says there's a nice wedding gown in there. Put it on. Then he sends one of his henchmen to go find a minister. He doesn't care what kind. Now, what makes it legal is the paperwork, the license, so if a minister happened to forget that and just did the ceremony, it means nothing. Barbara had better hope Penguin doesn't know that.
Where's Alfred, Batman? He can give us a hand with the computations.
Unfortunately, Robin, he's out for the evening. He's meeting with his minister to discuss a church supper.
Alfred is meeting with a minister. Penguin just sent a goon to go get a minister. I think I see... Huh?
All right, which one of you is the minister?
Why do you ask?
Because we're taking him with us, Pops. Are you it?
Yes. Wait, I shall be quite all right, I assure you.
Tie that one up. I'll take the preacher back to the hideout.
Oh, I see. The wedding is even less valid if the minister is a fake. Alfred is acting out of instinct, protecting the real minister. Plus, he has a little ace up his sleeve.
Move it, Preach.
I beg your pardon?
I said move it.
Of course.
Or up his pants, as the case may be. That's an emergency signal that he can call the dynamic duo with.
Holy complications. First Barbara Gordon is kidnapped. Now Alfred is in trouble.
Yes, it's just possible that the two events are related.
But how, Batman?
I don't know yet.
That one's too much even for Batman logic.
The first thing to do is to locate Alfred.
You think? You know he would only use that signal if it was a genuine emergency. And if you lose him, there's no brain to guide this operation.
Man the bat radar scope.
Man the... Bat radar scope.
Got it. He's at location B7642.
What does that mean?
I don't know, I thought you knew.
You were supposed to read up on this stuff. I was doing the chemistry.
You told me you already knew it, so there was no need to waste time on it.
I
Now
told
you
you
see,
it was
I
good
should have
for
been
you to
wasting
know
my
it,
time
too.
on
I
it, learning
assumed
when
that
you
meant you
already
would go
knew
look
it,
it
so
up,
why
but
should I
no,
duplicate what you
no,
already know?
B7642. Holy complications indeed, Robin. This is one of Penguin's possible hideouts. To the Batmobile.
Check the address, Batman. It may surprise you. At said address, Penguin has put the preacher in the room with Barbara to coach her on the ceremony.
Miss?
Reverend, there's no time to explain. I must trust in your discretion as a man of the cloth. You mustn't reveal my secret.
But I don't know your secret. I don't even know who you are.
That should make it easy. Barbara slips over to her own apartment.
What in the world is this? Revolving walls? Hidden rooms? Disguises? What is Barbara Gordon's secret?
It's hard to tell. There are so few clues to go by. I guess we'll just have to wait until after the commercial break to find out. After the break, Penguin is gloating about what he's about to accomplish.
I don't know whether to call him Daddy or just commish.
If I were you, Penguin, I'd call help. Right now.
When we get through with you, Penguin, you'll be hollering Uncle instead of Daddy.
Are you bungling Brodinskis? Always sticking your nose in my business. Well, this time I'm going to teach you a lesson.
I shall defeat you with my sharp tongue and rapier-like wit. Yep, action's gonna start any second now.
As long as you're holding class as Penguin, perhaps you'd include Batgirl, too.
Batgirl?
Batgirl?
Batgirl!
Batgirl?
Batgirl? At long last, it's fight time. Batgirl doesn't hit anybody with her hands. She climbs onto stuff and kicks them, or she picks up something heavy and hits them over the head with it. Like that. Even if it's something really heavy like a little roll of wallpaper. Batman and Robin are duly impressed with Batgirl, and now it's time to free Barbara Gordon.
Are you all right in there?
Quite so.
Who's that?
Alfred. Millionaire Bruce Wayne's butler, sir.
We'll have you out as soon as we can bat-pick this lock, Alfred. Bat tools, Robin.
Then he decides to make a lame joke. At least I think it's supposed to be a joke.
Of course, we could always borrow a hairpin from Batgirl. She's gone.
Shouldn't we go after her, Batman? At least find out who she is?
Where would you go, Robin? Once you're out the window, then what? I see Robin hasn't gotten any smarter over the summer. While they're fiddling with the lock instead of just kicking the door in, Penguin is waking up.
Yeah, so much for the masked meddlers, huh? We must get to our alternate hideout. The fuzz will be all over the place in there. Come here.
You have to be from my generation to truly appreciate a major movie star like Burgess Meredith getting to use an expression like the fuzz. He has his henchmen put Batman, Robin, Alfred, and the bride into bags and throw them out the window onto his waiting truck.
Bring her over here. Hurry up, you flies. Hurry up, will you? Throw them out.
That bride might not give him too much trouble. Batgirl hasn't gotten back to her apartment yet, and she sees what's going on. As they drive away, she slips into her apartment in her secret room.
Now what? Another surprise? A Batgirl cycle in a secret freight elevator?
Okay, we know how Batman affords all his gadgetry and such. He's a freaking millionaire. She is the police commissioner's daughter. She's in college, and she probably gets minimum wage at the library. As I recall, that was somewhere around $2 an hour. How did she afford all this? At his alternate hideout, Penguin is about to dunk the Cape Crusaders in boiling water, but he wants to make his prospective bride watch so she can see what'll happen to her if she defies him.
Oh, it's the preacher. Well, you better watch the dunking, too, in case you get any ideas of making trouble, see? Yeah, my little bride.
Excuse me, sir.
Grab him. There. Now, it's into the pot with you, sir. Right after you perform my marriage, yeah?
He may change his mind when he sees the bride.
Before you throw everyone in the pot, Penguin, you may find yourself in hot water.
No! I want to see Penguin's face when he uncovers that mannequin. I want to see what he does to the henchman who couldn't figure out a plastic doll wasn't Barbara Gordon. While Batgirl plays with the henchman, Alfred makes a move to free Batman and Robin.
Alfred's really giving it to him, Batman.
So is Batgirl.
Sorry to be so long, sir, but I had a little bird trouble on the way.
Alfred's beaten Penguin one-on-one before. Nobody should be surprised that he did it again. While Batman and Robin finish mopping up, Batgirl has other things on her mind.
You're not a minister at all. I heard you tell Batman you're Bruce Wayne's butler.
Yes, I'm afraid that's true, Miss Gordon. Batgirl.
You tricked me into revealing my secret by posing as a minister.
But I had no intention of tricking you. I only took the Reverend Hazard's place because I wanted to protect him from being injured by Penguin's thugs.
Oh, well then I apologize.
At least now we know how she'll fund the new gadgets. She'll blackmail Alfred into siphoning off money from Bruce Wayne. For now, she pressures him into making a promise.
You have my word as a gentleman's gentleman that no one will ever learn your secret from me.
Batman and Robin finish with Penguin and his men, and it's time to rescue Barbara Gordon.
What happened, Batman? Is that horrible man gone?
He's temporarily out of circulation. Are you all right, Miss Gordon?
Yes, I've just never been proposed to at Umbrella Point before. I'm sorry to be so helpless.
Steady, Alfred. Now we know what it takes to ruffle him a little. In the epilogue, we've taken a major step.
You made a fine score on your driving test. How does it feel to have a license?
Well, it's going to be a little easier on Batman now that Robin can drive the Batmobile.
And I'm sure Robin will hand over Dick Grayson's license if he's pulled over in the Batmobile, right?
Let's stick to Dick Grayson for a moment. How would you like to drive this?
Since Dick got his license on his birthday, Bruce got him a present. As they drive off to form a new road hazard, Commissioner Gordon is quite pleased, too.
Oh, this is great, Chief O'Hara. A very sizable check from millionaire Bruce Wayne for our police pension fund. Ha ha! I must call him at once and thank him.
Bruce, did you put a phone in that car?
What?
Riddle me this.
Good heavens, the Riddler!
Very good. Now, when is a jet stream like a daffodil?
He's back! Thank you, John Aston. Your Riddler was excellent and unique. But there is only one Frank Gorshin, and he's our cliffhanger. Next week, the Riddler. We got a lot done in one half-hour episode. We introduced both Barbara Gordon and Batgirl, got reacquainted with most all of the usual characters, and had a decent plot line. We also raised a whole new season of questions, most of which we're not likely to get answers to. The first one in my mind: why didn't the Penguin recognize Alfred? They've met multiple times, and one time Penguin even spotted Alfred through a disguise. Why didn't he take one look and say, "That's a butler, not a preacher, go back and get the other one"? Wah, wah, wah. I already asked how Barbara Gordon funds her alter ego. I would also like to know why she appears in the opening credits as Batgirl in quote marks. Is she not a real person? I could get the feeling somebody insisted on this new character, and there are those who don't know what to do with her. Now I have a recurring question about Batman. When he gets Penguin down, why doesn't he take his umbrella away? Better yet, take the umbrella away and Batcuff him. We know he has all kinds of tricks in that thing, but every time Batman knocks him out, he just leaves him there with the umbrella in easy reach. I suspect Batman thinks he's 50 years in the future in one of the Arkham games, where when he puts a bad guy down, they stay down for the rest of the game. It doesn't work that way here. I know I make jokes about why do it right when you can do it again, but that's not a good plan in his line of work. And it's going to be a long time before I can forgive the powers that be for not letting me see Penguin open that bag and behold his bride. I would have been willing to sacrifice half of one of the fighting scenes to see that. Shame, shame, shame on you. I'll give you to the end of the season to make it up to us. I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac.